Hello, everybody. Welcome back here. Interesting times we're living in. You're probably gonna feel the shift. Uh, the moon is gonna come out of Scorpio today, and she's gonna beginning to square the sun. There is this picture as I show you. As the moon, it's looking at into the sun, and there, what the sun is gonna be looking for. And you probably had a lot of experience, a lot of within relationships in there. When you look into the person in there, when you're looking at the situations and you're talking, you're communicating, you're asking for a response, but since that is a 90-degree in there, as you see it like in the picture, that picture is very kind of like explaining this the moon sun square in there, uh, as the moon is going to be going into a Sag, just be mindful about your level of communications. You see, the duality conflicts in there, they're going to be very powerful because this is the third quarter moon. Let me specify the third quarter in there. Okay, that third quarter of square is the moon. That is mean like the 3/4 of the situations that begins as the new moon, it is resolved. But there is a 3/4 of the stuff that you already went into it. You still have a 1/4 that you have to resolve. So basically, during the full moon positions in there, you see in it that full moon, and that it's when you have direct confrontation. Okay, thinking about it, when you have a straight direct talks and confrontations, how the energy feels like it. How's the energy feels like it when you're watching or talking to a person through a 90-degree angle, and how you communicate when you are right next to each other. Okay, when you are at hugging or you're at the bed or you're in right next to each other. Okay, that's mean this conjunctions in there, this union in there between. So don't take things personally right now. We're talking about it today is going to be this energies because a Sag is widely known for taking the things personally because guess what? And the other side of Sag is what? It's Gemini. Be mindful what you have in the Gemini, because without energies in Gemini can affect what you have at Sag. That is that oppositions in there. You to overcome yourself, you to cooperate with others, you can get in it within the others, because the moon, it's not going to be looking at not only towards the sun, and it sees that the sun is looking somewhere else. Okay? The masculine intuition right now within Pisces, like I need to process with my mind that working within a psyche is going to be a little bit confused. Okay, and since the moon it's coming out of the Scorpio, out of the underworld, in there, uh, how you gonna be communicating with that? And here is the conflict rising. But the moon it's gonna be trining the North Node and Neptune. And we're talking about that. Guess what the target is? Here's your destiny. You to go and you can fix the things that you need to be fixing this within yourselves. Okay? Don't depend on others. All right? The cooperation is a benefit. Cooperation is a benefit. That's the power of love, the cooperation. All right. Talking about these energies, there's gonna be some intense energies during the day, but most of the time, the things is gonna be okay. They're gonna be good. They're gonna be great, and we're gonna be talking about the good, the great, and the gray. All right. So let's get it started. Here at 7 o'clock, the ascendant is gonna be with the sun squaring the moon. And if you are waking up at 6 o'clock, particularly, you're gonna be able to see that kind of confrontation is gonna be rise up. But if you're waking up at 7, The moon it's still gonna be squaring Uranus, and with that energies of Uranus in there and the sun, you're gonna be seeing that the conflict is coming. Conflict is rising. That it's coming. This energy is from yesterday, but that energy is gonna be going off the way during the day. The moon, as the moon, is gonna beginning to move a little bit more forward within, and it's gonna be joining within Sag. That oppositions, it's not gonna be valid anymore. But it's gonna be starting later on, and oppositions with what? With Jupiter, we're gonna be seeing it that tomorrow. So right now, as the ascendant is coming with the sun, we are seeing it that this conflict is going to be rising. But look at it. The moon, it is sextile Pluto, and she's trining the North Node and Neptune into Venus. This is what is about her objective. I see the problem. I'm going to be finding and figure out the solution. And that's what is this energies up here. Typically, like in a relationship, the masculine has issue. He's sharing it within the intuition. He's sharing it with his wife, his female counterpart. However, and the intuition, the wife is beginning to resolve the conflicts, to resolve the situations. Okay, it's typical. If you have to go back into to the culture, wise in there. This is kind of like a very much within the Japanese culture, where the man was providing everything, but he didn't have the worries about the finances management, the food, the cleaning the house, and none of that. He was only focused of his things that he needed to do. While the feminine was going around, it was trying to maintain everything that it could. So if you take it this appreciations between the masculine and the feminine within that culture, you can be able to understand what's going on within you because we are talking about you. Okay, if you are using and abusing this kind of like a power in some way and so on, that's talking about the lack of your higher lower self in there within you. So it is about you to understand the processes they are going. Okay. So now with that energies in the morning, there is going to be some this information that's coming in the next hour. That's going to be at 8 o'clock. We have the midheaven that's going to be at Capricorn. It's got to be a work. And some of the people don't want to do the work. That's fine. They're not going to be. It's going to be heavy. It's going to be like when we're going to be reaching out. Are we there yet, Dio? Are we there yet? If he will find out. Well, if you're sitting on your chair, if you're not doing anything to progress in there, how you going to get there? You're trying to go into the road of the destiny and you're not doing anything. You think that the destiny is going to come to you. It's not going to work that way. And this is going to be one of the things that you're going to be finding out with this Uranus moon opposition. And right now, since Uranus is opposing the moon and the sun is squaring the moon is going to be feel a little overwhelmed. But you need to keep reminding yourself, I'm changing, I'm growing, and I'm still have my target. I'm going and I'm walking in the on this path of reaching out my destiny. I'm keeping going forward, and that's what the moon is going forward. Okay, that's what she's going faster. That's how the ancients they made the moon calendar. Okay, every 28 days, right? They knew what they were talking about. The moon calendar. All right. So in the next hour, the midheaven is going to be at Capricorn. Of course, during those 8, 9, and 10 o'clock hours is about the work, particularly with public relations in there, public servants, policemen, firefighters, doctors. If you're one of those in there, you may want to have some challenges with your job, but don't forget about it. That teaches you how to be in the proper ways. The pressure is going to be on. Just you need to communicate, and Mercury is going to be helping you with that. Mercury is going to be sextiling the midheaven, but you're going to feel like the pressures of work. Okay, So be mindful about this. Those are situations, particularly that right now midheaven is going to be squaring Venus. Is like the love is not there. Yeah, there's got to be this professional dignity of appreciations, but it cannot ask for emotional in there. Okay, the people have to gravitate and understand that they can have this professional, typical relationships with love in there. They can. But a lot of the people have not risen up into this because people beginning to take things what personally. And this is going to be today that lesson that is going to be learned about. All right, the midheaven is going to be at the end of Capricorn. You see the angel wings, very powerful. Angel wings, very powerful. You understanding what is going on with the work. You hopefully you're doing your work. You're doing your shadow work, of course, because midheaven it's squaring Lilith. Powerful moments. You take these energies. You will get the glimpse as we are talking about that throughout the conflict, it's going to find the resolutions. And this is going to be the resolution. Okay? The moon is sextiling Pluto. Pluto, it is going and it's trining Uranus in the ascendant. And Uranus is sextiling up there, the North Node and Neptune. Boom. Okay? And the ascendant being right there within the Gemini is telling you how to resolve the conflict that it's going to be coming in and rising between Sagittarius and Gemini because the ascendant is going to be on Gemini. Don't think things personally, particularly we're talking about Gemini at work. Okay? We're talking about this because that's a personal development of relationships and there with the friendly zone. Okay? All right. Talking about the next hour, 11 o'clock. Midheaven is in Aquarius. The vibes are good, no problems. Love is there. The love is beautiful. You get in your wings with this. That is it because of this sextile with Venus, and Venus is sextiling Jupiter in the midheaven. It is trining Jupiter. Powerful, powerful vibes. Taking in those vibes, but that energy is gonna be coming in to tell you with the love you can solve everything. Yeah, nobody says it's gonna be easy. Every relationship's going in through situations. Okay? But when you mature, when you advance, you can go ahead and solve them as long as you're keeping eye on the target of what you have to do in there. Yes, of course, the moon is moving faster. That is the intuition is the fastest thing in there that it's within you. Okay? But the authority, the actions, once you're getting in there, that could be getting even faster. And this is why the energy of the new moon is going to be so powerful. Okay? Because there is no positions, there is no squares. And use your authority. You should take a look at within your authority within yourself. It's like, okay, I have more time to look at it. I have more situations to get in there. Okay? So you're gonna be seeing it in a week when at the start getting aligned because we are gonna have some five bodies at the Pisces. Okay, we're gonna have the Sun, the Moon, the Mercury. We're gonna have a Saturn and Neptune in there. They're all gonna pile that up. Okay, hopefully you're not Virgo because all those energies they're gonna put the pressures back down on the other side in there. All right. Midheaven, it's gonna be at the next hour. That's 12 o'clock. It's gonna point out the authorities like what did the intuition is look at me like I'm busy. I'm working on something else. I'm focused on this shadow work. I'm not here. I'm up somewhere else. I'm fixing my psyche. I'm going nuts. With that duality in there, and it puts more with this and emotions. Be mindful because within you can be developed the energy that the emotions are not there. They're not present. They're there. They are right now in the path of resolving a conflict from within you. Now, if you keep the conflict within you, that conflict is going to be coming towards others. Okay? And don't forget about it that the moon is still at Scorpio. That avenging, revenging things, it's going to be with that. Okay? Particularly that we are talking about, those are two other signs. They have a square. That's a lot of emotions in there. And you need to understand that the both zodiac signs in there, Scorpio and Pisces, Pisces can be a very, very vengeful. Okay. So right now you can have those internal conflicts, but don't bring them to external to others. Looking at within yourself, calm down, and things is gonna be getting better as the ascendant at Cancer. It shows you this beautiful yacht. Okay, and who's there? The moon and Pluto. So if you have anything in the first degree of Cancer, the last degrees of Gemini, you're going to be able to feel that beautiful, beautiful power. All right. Talking about 1 o'clock, we've been talking about Mars. Putting some pressures is in there, the wisdom is in there, the communications is in there, the talk is good. But Mars is squaring Venus and squaring Chiron. I don't have the love, Mars, stay away from me. Are you gonna feel those energies? It's the same thing like Mars is like, you're only thinking about yourself, dear Venus. What about me and what about family? Where are you think you're going? And this is it can lead to a lot of internal pressures because you cannot balancing the energies from within you. Since you cannot balance it within you, you may gonna feel like you're not balancing the energies with the partner. Balancing yourself, balancing those energies, and you're gonna be seeing it how the things is gonna be actually better. Okay, but that's gonna prove the value of the relationships. Okay, so Mars, it's starting through the communications and to the learning of the wisdom that it's Saturn, it's coming at into the playground. It is about to fixing. What are you thinking here in your psyche? Okay, because when the emotions takes over the psyche, you're not thinking right. You are affecting under the emotions, not to the logical, practical, spiritual, awakened, aware of personality that it's in here. You're based out of the emotions. And here how the failure is coming with this. So this is going to be the conflict that it's going to be required resolutions. But who's going to seek for the resolutions? That's going to be the moon. As we are going to see it as the moon, it's going to be crossing over from Pisces towards Aries. We are going to be seeing it that energies in there. As it right now, the midheaven, it says like, don't worry about it, everything is going to be okay. Ascendant that is at Cancer, it shows up this beautiful, beautiful transition as the moon is going and walks in within Sag. But here in Sag has one problem. Can you keep the things inside of you? Most of the time, the Sag have one problem that when they are emotionally hurt, the emotion not okay, oh, they're like this bubbling volcano in there that it's speeded up all the words in there. And now, instead of you talking from a logic about figure out the problem, figure out the situations, here is the words that it's gonna come out in there, and the universe is like, I didn't build you for this. I built you to resolve conflicts, not to that. So pay attention because some of the people can get into there, but a lot of the energy is going to be talking about more about the transformations. There is this beautiful kite that it's coming from Cancer, that it's going to be going to the moon, it's going to be going to the North Node, and who is going to be on the top? Pluto. Your deep, deep transformations that it's coming within you. Okay. And this is going to be a very beautiful moment to someone who is going to be resolving its conflicts. Some of the conflicts are coming from the wounds, inner child, inner situations is in there. Um, this hour at 3 o'clock, maybe the things is gonna be heavy for you, particularly within the masculine energies. Who was dealing within the family? We're talking about abandonment issue. We are talking about lack of attention, lack of understanding in there. You know, particularly when the kids are asking you questions, it's like, you know what, when you grow up, you'll find out, and you zip it up. He's grown up to ask you that question. He needs the answer at the moment. Here, how you prevent them to grow. So with this kind of like of energy, as Mars is retrograde, things can be a little tough, but they can be even better. Okay, just stay in the course. All right, divine time with the moon, with the midheaven and Taurus. The intuition will find the resolutions. It will. Is always been, is always going to be, because that's her part. That's how she is. Okay, ascendant that's going to be at Leo is going to be finding the divine wisdom that it's going to be with Saturn. And this is the times that looking at within yourself, you're going to find your divine purpose on earth. Beautiful. That's how the philosophy was born, through the problems, to resolve it, to talk differently to yourself, that fixing up your psyche. And the moon, that it's already on Sag in there with that beautiful trines towards the North Node and Neptune, you're going to be seeing it a proper way of thinking that coming towards your way. But if you understand that the sun is right now focused in the same position as you are, you're going to be finding to look at it at the same place through two different directions, two different angles. Okay, and that's what the intuition is going to be. Okay, we know where we have to go. You do your thing, I'm going to do my thing, and let's meet together. And that's how I'm going to be looking at for these resolutions that it's going to come our way. All right, next hour, the midheaven is going to be with Uranus. That energy is there. The Taurus has been through Mars, Saturn, through Mercury is going to be pretty much entering on that area as well. And right now, the ascendant that it's going to be with end of Leo, and with the Liliths that it's still at Libra. They're both at the one. The mean Lilith it's 26, the true Lilith it's 29. They have that yachts in there. And here is that you need to understand that the both want to talk to you about the truth within you. That wisdom that is going to come. Because the truth, it's going to be revealed where? Within the North Node, within the future. Your future is going to show up. What was the actions in your past? You didn't get to the where you're supposed to go. That's mean you did not did what you're supposed to do. And then the lesson is going to be a repeat. Why? Because the moon and the sun is going to be going around. There's going to be a new moon after that at Aries. Then it's going to be a new moon at Taurus. And you're going to be learning again the lesson. Would you like to go for another round, another year? That you're escaping the issues? Hopefully not. Hopefully not. Because there's going to be some revisions. We're going to have a retrograde seasons, guys. All right, 6 o'clock. The ascendant is going to be at Virgo. This is why I'm saying it, that hopefully you're not at Virgo, because you see it, these red squares right now. And with all this four planets that it's in Pisces, putting all that pressures in there. So if you are in there, you may gonna feel it, this energies, because right now the duality is coming to a really building up. Okay, since the moon is gonna be transiting into Sag, she's gonna be opposing Jupiter, and then she's gonna beginning to square Mercury. She's gonna be squaring Saturn, and in about a day, she's gonna beginning to square Neptune and the North Node. And it's so important that Today, you're seeking for the solutions. They're coming your way. The moon is a trining with Neptune and the North Node. There's no problems in there. Okay? Keep it at that in mind because you're gonna be have to facing it that confrontations. You're gonna have to do it within you. Nothing gets easy. But when you get there, you will know why do you have to get there. And when you get there, you will remember it, the good and the bad. But you're also gonna be remembering one thing. You did not give up. You did not cave in. You become more stronger. And you're gonna be laughing about things that are happening right now. All right, guys. Next hour, we're gonna have the midheaven at Gemini. That is gonna be this duality again. We are talking about with Mercury, and since the ascendant is at Virgo, that's gonna be opposing Saturn. We are gonna be seeing it, that energy. That is the lack of you to seeing it to the wisdom, to see it through the learning, to change that psyche within yourself. You see, those are a lot of people who are afraid to be awakened. A lot of the people who lives in the fear because they are afraid. What am I going to see? What's going to happen if they open, they're awakened? All the other people can read them. All the other people will know their secrets. Oh, they're going to be start feeling the people. Oh, they're afraid they're going to go nuts. Oh, they're afraid to evolve. You see, first where you evolve, it's here. And that other place, it's in your psyche. And that's where some of the people who have challenges, they're beginning to have a psyche issue. They don't have any other issue. They have a psyche because they cannot process it, particularly unprocessed emotions, because you're used to it to bring the emotions and acting on your emotions without thinking process, because the thinking is required what? The psyche to work. But when the psyche doesn't have a lot of information how to process in there, here is your stickiness inside of you. All right, midheaven is going to be at Cancer right now. The Moon and Pluto pointing out that divine energy is very powerful. Ascendant, that is it, together with the South Node, it's pointing divine energies towards the Sun. You see, in a base of the past experience, is going to be telling you what you have to authorize within yourself. Okay, and that is going to be leading into that experience. Because if you cannot have the experience, you can always be an observer. Watch the other people's experience. Learn from the other people's experience. Go ahead, write some notes. Go ahead, understand yourself. Go ahead and be honest to yourself. You know, the biggest challenges that I want to challenge some of you, go ahead into the mirror and watch yourself in the eye. Go out there and be the smilest and the happiest person and watch yourself in the mirror. And then bring up the anger inside of you, the fears inside of you. And then you will see who you are. Okay? See yourself in the mirror. It's a challenge. Go ahead and do it, and you can see that what are you going to be feeling about this. Because when you're lack of balance in there, you're going to be understanding the both two sides of the South and the North Node. But you're also going to be able to understand that if you're watching yourself in the mirror, that is the wisest person you need to talk to. It's you. All right. Next hour, that's going to be at 9 o'clock. The midheaven is going to be with Mars. Challenges for the cardinal situations, to particularly if you're Libra, Cancer, Capricorn. We have this Venus and Aries that it's right now it's opposing home. Venus is about I have things, I possess things, and I am love. I'm perfections. I'm a balance. I'm trying to make the things everything perfect, but I am beginning to be perfect with others. when I begin to show my perfectness to this. And that's where the highest octane of Virgo is. Okay? You organize yourself in the material world as a Virgo, then you practice that at Libra. Because if you don't have that relationships in Libra, you're gonna go back into Aries to study things in there until you organize yourself again to be ready for another relationship. But that doesn't mean you have to find somebody who's gonna be keeping up with your BS. It's about you to find your own BS and to improve yourself so you know that you're ready for the proper relationships. You understand that? Hopefully, you're getting it. And that's going to be a Mercury energy that it's going to come in. But if you look at it on that situations, the ascendant at Libra, that is a trining Jupiter, and Jupiter is sextiling Venus. At the same time, the ascendant is sextiling the moon. So the emotions with love, they're gonna be working there, but they're gonna leading to what? They're leading to the growth. Okay, they're gonna be leading to that powerful growth. All right, 10 o'clock, of course, again, challenges is gonna come in, but they're not gonna be that greater as there is, but we are seeing it that right now within that positions, if you have anything within the 20th degree of Libra, in there, you can see that these divine energies from the North Node Uranus are coming in there. That is the power of this Pisces Taurus energies. Okay, and one of those energies they're gonna be coming in towards to it, and with that, that Saturn is coming with that. You're gonna be able to bring that particular divine energies on Earth. So you're gonna get like material support and a spiritual wisdom support that's gonna bring you to a balance. But there is a confrontation. You're squaring Mars and you're opposing Chiron. Would it stop acting from your wounds? Stop being the victim mode? It's time to get up, put yourself together, make that balance within you, and the next stage is going to be even better. Okay? But when you are unbalanced and you try to make an actions and so on, things are crumbled to dust. Why? Because you're out of balance. And now the divine is coming in to create that balance with you, for you. Pay attention to where is your Libra is in your chart and what you have in your chart. All right, 11 o'clock. Midheaven, it's going to be at Leo, divine energies with Mercury. Ascendant, it's going to be at Scorpio. Remind us that the moon was there and about this trine with the sun. Okay? Yeah, you have to remind yourself for what the things are going to be. Okay? The moon, it's have a beautiful trine with Venus. It's a beautiful trine with the North Node. Very powerful sextile with Pluto. So the transformation is coming. It's going to be in order. The things is going to be getting better as long as you are going to be better. As long as you are going to be fixing things. And since right now that the moon is going to be traveling through Pisces, those squares is going to be affecting the psyche. You may going to feel a lot of psychological issues. Maybe something is going to rise up. Maybe you're going to see like the other people are nervous. They're going out of balance and so on. That is a collective's energy. But your actions on that, your reactions on this, particularly don't judge people because you have no idea what they do. People can deal in it with gazillion things in there. Okay? All you have to do is presenting that inner peace and that philosophy in there, bringing that parts that you tell something to the person is like, hey, the anger doesn't help and anybody around here. If you have time or if you want to talk, we can talk about this anger. you give that peace to that person. Okay? And that's the power of the philosophy. That's what you need to use. And that's what the moon is. Okay? That, I hope, will help you to resolve and find those resolutions within you first and then with others. All right, guys, that's all I have for you. Thank you so much for watching. And one thing that I'm forgetting about it is like what we're going to be doing tomorrow. You're going to be seeing it, those squares as I'm talking about. But the moon is going to be with divine energies with Mars. Okay? And this is where the Mars is going to beginning to be stationary. It's going to stop. And you may gonna feel like you need to stop acting or something. You may gonna feel stop going towards for it. No. This is the days like you're going to a trip and you're not working anymore. And you're only taking like a 2-3 days to pack your bags and go. That's what this is. Right? You're gonna have a very nice, powerful, philosophical moment. This is kind of like if you do presentations that it's very important, not only to you, but for the world. Right now, you're going to get that to you. A very beautiful, very powerful moments, but we're going to be talking about this because that's how the day is going to be ending tomorrow. But more of that, we're going to be looking at tomorrow, guys. Okay? Just come back here and we're going to talk. Be well, guys. Be well, and looking forward for your comments.